Alright, how's it going, everyone? Evo is just a few days away, meaning we are very close to the end of Season 3. And as everyone's gonna do, as everyone does, whatever, I'm making my own Guilty Gear Strive Final Season 3.5 2024 tier list. So here it goes. I'm gonna go fast. We don't have time to niaise, but I don't know, bro. If you disagree, if you whatever, just like start leaving comments and shit, because we're just gonna get going right away. How are we gonna separate the tiers? I don't know. This will be top 5. This will be top 10, and the rest is like who cares? Alright, so here it goes. Top 5. First of all, Gold Lewis gotta be in there. Gold Lewis, one of the stronger characters this season, always has been pretty strong. One of the very few characters who can win by making your opponent block just because of how much chip damage he does and how easy it is for reset pressure. Projectile Thunderbird, also extremely strong. He has great Oki because of it. The only downside is that he needs to recharge his fucking special meter because of it, but like who cares, it comes back pretty fast. He has white Wild Assault also, which is broken. Any character with white Wild Assault is gonna be very good. So one of the top 5 for sure, maybe top 1. Maybe we'll see a Gold Lewis win Evo this year. So speaking of white Wild Assault, also gonna put Nago in here in top 5. He's been technically slightly nerfed this season, but he's still very, very strong, especially with him having white Wild Assault also. He lost some Oki and some combo extensions with the changes on his 6H, which now is no longer special cancelable, but instead he now gets a high-low mix-up off of his spin, because the DP move can be followed up into a high, and the spin is obviously a low, meaning offense is pretty strong. He's one of the characters that can pretty much just make you guess for a game at any point he wants, right? He can go special move 6 times in a row into a command grab. If you guess right on the command grab, then he pops, you win the round. But if you guess wrong, well, he resets his meter back to 0. And if you call out command grab but he just goes for a strike instead, he's gonna pop. But when he puts you in hit stun during his pop, he's advantageous, and yes, he loses 50% of his health, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna go down to 0% resources, and he's gonna make you guess for a game once again. So, very, very strong character. Up there, we're also gonna put Soul. Just all-rounder character. You already know Shoto, you already know. Yumi Sho also made a great performance at, what was it? Was it Combo Breaker? What's it called? That tournament? I think it's Combo Breaker, Soul's a very strong character, amazing damage, great conversion off of orange Wild Assault or red Wild Assault, whichever you want to call it. Clean hit DP is very strong. Just conversions in general, very strong. Great at building up risk, great pressure, great offense because of bar/pressure, whatever the fuck. You already know Soul, one of the best characters. There's some very strong Soul players out there. I believe Soul, I don't know if Soul's gonna get a few nerfs after this season, but definitely one of the best characters out there. We'll have to see. Soul's still gonna get his new special move. I'm guessing probably right after Evo, right? That's probably the announcement we're gonna get. Season 4 is gonna come, and we're gonna get a new move for, what is it, Soul, Kai, and Leo? So yeah, Soul getting his new move, he's probably getting a nerf. But it's just a very strong character, very hard to defend against. And yeah, shout out Soul players, y'all are crazy. Up there as well, up there, bro, up dog. Who else is gonna go in top 5? What if we're gonna put Sin in there? Sin, people have been talking about Sin being extremely strong ever since the start of Season 3, basically, with the special changes they made, so Rekka moves would no longer counter hit. Many strong characters lost a great deal of offense, for example, Chip was one of the best characters in Season 2, but one of the great things he lost was the counter hit on his Rekka, meaning his pressure is not nearly as threatening as before, and Sin kind of avoided those changes because technically he has Rekkas where he can cancel his special moves into his dash or into their follow-ups, but because it costs an additional resource, they still give him a counter hit. So people were like, all saying that like Sin was gonna be pretty chill this season, and they were right. You know, still deal great damage, has like the best DP in the game, and great conversions off of like his 6P as well. He can like wall break from mid screen off of his 6P, and I think he can wall break meter lanes, but he has also the fucking clean hit super Tyrant barrel thing, which makes it so his conversion deal a lot more damage, and obviously like just going right to lightning means he can wall break from pretty much everywhere with 50 meter. So you know, great character, great pressure. His overhead is extremely fast. I believe it's like, I don't remember like from the top of my head, but I believe it's the same, it comes out the same frame as his low. So like after a close slash, if he goes for another close slash, after like his 5H or whatever, when he finishes his Gatling, going for the overhead or the low both come out on the same frame, so it's very, very hard to defend. You can't fuzzy guard it, you have to actually react to the overhead. But if you're crouching, there's something like the first hit of the overhead whiff, so you get like slightly more time. Anyway, very strong character. We're gonna move on. Last character I'm gonna put in top 5. Hey, you know what? It's kind of like a contest between Leo and Mei. That's what I'm gonna say right now. But I believe I'm gonna put Mei in top 5. And so you know, I'm gonna put Leo right here as well, probably top 6. But I'm gonna talk about Mei right now. Why do I put Mei in top 5 and not Leo? Mei has like extremely good damage. You know, she got her new special move, which allow her to run moderately strong 50-50s. But you know, just having great disjoint, having like the ability to convert off of stray moves, which is something she couldn't do before. Like one of Mei's biggest weakness was like, let's say her conversion of like her far slash or 2S. They were relatively small, unless on 2S she had charge ready where she could kind of go into a dolphin. But now with the addition of Wild Assault, she can convert pretty much on anything. She's obviously very high damaging. She doesn't have like the best pressure on block. Like, she's one of the characters where her pressure kind of just ends after a while, but still, damage is extremely high. There aren't that many top Mei players, like there aren't that many like players going crazy in tournaments, but still one of the strongest characters by far, like for sure, strongest character. And yeah, bro, like if you fought Mei, you know, like it gives suppression. She gets her command grab and it's like burst safe, and she goes like a million trillion damage, and you know, she goes crazy, bro. She goes crazy. Mei is definitely one of the strongest characters. So right below her, we're gonna get Leo. The reason I'm putting Leo in top 6 and not top 5 is pretty much like the nerf on the heavy DPs. If you guys didn't know, every character that has a DP on slash and heavy slash, they made it so heavies no longer are invincible on a startup, so you can't just use the heavy to do more damage. And what's especially bad for Leo is that his heavy DP would lead into a hard knockdown, which would allow him to cross you up and go into his like back stance or whatever you want to call it. So pretty much you running your pressure and getting DP would mean you gave Leo his win condition, which was extremely hard to play against. They removed that from him. He's still very strong. You see a lot of good Leo players out there. Shout out Tempest NYC, you know. But yeah, that small nerf, that's a pretty big nerf for him. You know, he has Wild Assault, he has everything he wants. He can go crazy, he has a DP, he has one of the best projectiles in the game. He has extremely good mix-up and whatever the fuck, but like, yeah, that small nerf to DP is what I'm... A small nerf. No, it's not a small nerf, bro. He's still a demon, bro. He's top 6, but he's still a demon. Alright, next up. We're gonna put Ramathal up here. I talked about earlier, like when I was talking about Sin, the record changes that made it so you no longer get counter hit. Obviously, you guys probably know like how strong Ramatal's record was, you know, as a mix-up. You could go record 1, record 2 into a reset, or record 1, record 2, and record 3, and on counter hit you would carry full screen, you will wall break. And speaking of like corner carry, you know, Ramatal has one of the best corner carry in the game. Any counter hit that's like a far slash can like be turned into a wall break, meterless from mid-screen, just because of how strong her projectiles are. If you hit confirm anything, you go projectile, it launches them up, and it pushes them super far back, and then the explosion from the projectile on the wall allows you to just run up full screen and get any hit you want. You know, with Wild Assault as well, she can go crazy. Her reversal super is like so strong, you know, it deals so much damage. Yeah, you know, she goes crazy. But yeah, her nerfs on her Rekka make it so she doesn't have the scariest offense, although she does make you block for a while. She can go for like, especially with her new special move, she can go for like her Gatling into the new special move. If you don't react to it fast enough, it's a reset, and then in the corner, obviously, sword toss with the explosion, and she can run up and run strike throw. She builds a lot of risk. Obviously, getting a throw reduces the risk greatly, but it's still decent reward because she has great Oki with her swords. So yeah, especially against character without reversals that have to spend meter to get a reversal, like she goes crazy. With characters against DP, she has to be mindful, but like, you know, she's still one of the best characters in the game. Moving on, gonna put kind of thinking about it. I kind of know who I want to put in top 10, but I'm gonna start with Asuka here. One of the like most complex character, you know, highest skill ceiling, whatever, but like there's just so much bullshit you can do with this guy. Like so many characters just like get fucked by all your cubes because there's like no way for them to get in. You pretty much have infinite mana as long as you're on offense, because you have such great guts while you have mana that you don't mind spending health to get mana, and you just do. Like you spend health to get mana, and it's like, yo, you take no damage. It doesn't matter. Like, and when you run out of mana, you die. But that's it. Like you're still super strong. All your cubes go crazy. You have like one of the best super in the game. The cube super is like so strong. It's like, bro, you just fucking do it. You don't care. Like it's not a reversal, but like you just fucking place it down and you can like reshuffle your whole deck and regain mana and whatever. He builds great meter on offense. Doesn't have a reversal, but he has super great buttons, by the way. Like his air slash is crazy. His far slash is crazy. Like bro, and their spells, like bro, there's some sort of the spells are so messed up. Like bro, you get these like bro, he has like Slayer 2H as a spell. Like that's crazy, and he has like some crazy spells, and he goes crazy, and you already know, like he's one of the strongest characters in that game. Type B. Shout out Asuka. I hope he gets nerfed because like bro, I'm tired of blocking cubes, bro. I just wanna like bro. When Asuka was added into the game, I grew, bro, because it's like no, just another zoner, bro. I don't wanna. Like if they add fucking Venom, like fucking like pool, like I'm not gonna cry because it's like bro, it's Venom. We're killing Venom's cool. But Asuka, bro, my bad, but like okay, my bad. I can't say that, but I'm still gonna say it. Like bro, if you play Asuka and you run one of those fucking like fanboy Asuka mod, like kill yourself. Okay, my bad. But yeah, Asuka, top 8 character for sure. Right, moving on. Next character is gonna be Kai. Kai's obviously been, you know, one of the like middle of the pack / upper middle of the pack since the game's released. I beat pretty much. He's chilling, you know. Soul's kind of more messed up with him, more messed up than him, but he still goes crazy. You already know, like having Wall Assault, he has access to great, like his projectile is so great, his OK is crazy, he has crazy run speed, so running strike throw is better. Dragon Install is obviously like crazy. Like Dragon Install Kai is like definitely top 5 character type beat, but it's like obviously you have to play him at low health, but like even considering that you can only Dragon Install at low health, like when you're in Dragon Install, like you can actually go crazy. Yeah, great projectile, great Oki. He has access to not the craziest overhead, but he has like great utilization for them. What's it called? Like BRC instead of overhead, where he can go either for air kick or air slash. Get great combo starters. Yeah, obviously like fucking stun dippers are always cheap as fuck. Like just like craziest neutral ski. What am I saying? It's unreactable as fuck. Like bro, it's crazy. For 50 meter, you just go stun and you start a combo if your opponent wasn't Wasn't just holding down back. Yeah, he has no choice. You just have to hold down back against Guy when he has 50 meter. It is what it is. Very strong character. Moving on. Next character I'm putting in top 10 is Jacko. Jacko's kind of crazy, bro. Jacko's kind of crazy. Jacko's always gonna be like slightly underrepresented, I think, just because she's very like. I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is, but like, Jacko's pretty crazy. Jacko just throws the minefield on you. You just have to like. Okay, I'm gonna like spoil the later tier list, but you know how like, as a zoner, like the best reward you get is like, your opponent has to guess right to get in, and every time they guess right, they get slightly closer. But if at any point you get a hit, you push them back pretty much to full screen. That's how it feels to fight against like an onslaught of Jacko minions. She regen meter extremely fast, such to a point that like, except during her pressure on offense, she'll have enough meter to throw as many minions as she wants. And minion parry as a new, like minion parry is so strong, by the way. They made minion parry like the craziest thing, like it's the strongest parry in the game. I think minion parry is like stronger than Anji parry, like that's how messed up it is. It launches you up, it's like, bro, it's crazy, it's crazy. Minion parry is so messed up. But yeah, just, and her pressure as well, like I didn't even like talk that much about her offense, but Jacko offense is obviously super strong, especially with positive bonus, like she just makes you block for like 10 minutes. Doesn't have access to the strongest overhead, but she can obviously tap dust and gets great conversion of her tap dust because of like the minion continuing the combo. Same goes for a throw. She can, in the corner, extend her combo from a throw into a wall break, which is just amazing. Not the best damage scaling, but her building resources that fast with positive bonus means that you're gonna get a throw into a wall break, into the wall assault, hard knockdown, and just loop the pressure over and over. Very, very strong character. So, now we leave top 10 scenario. Leave top 10 territory, I mean, sorry. I'm gonna put Anji up here. Yeah, I know. That's who I play. I'm gonna be humble. Anji's kind of strong right now. Anji's spin is just so messed up. They're gonna have to change something about it. It's messed up that Fish is both plus on block and a guard crush and instant and like, bro, Fish is just too crazy. Fish, like, it just doesn't make any sense. No matter what your opponent does, you can just go for Fish. And yes, on a hit, like you can confirm into close slash if you're good enough, which is like what you're supposed to do, but you do not have to. You can win every game by just going Fish after spin. You will miss out on a bit of damage, but as Anji's damage, just like pretty much everyone else, got lowered, it's always okay to just take the Oki and go for the butterfly Oki. You know, Anji's one of the few characters where you sometimes want to avoid the wall break, not on a wall slump. Like you can sometimes have the decision between wall breaking or just stopping the combo into a butterfly. So Anji's already very good at building resources. You don't need positive bonus that much. So like, it's okay to mess up some conversions and just go for Fish. I don't know what they're gonna do, bro. I hope what they do is like, they make spin like freeze the game a bit longer, right? They don't change the frame data on any game, but like it just freezes the game for like slightly longer to encourage people to go for hit confirm, right? If you have more time to react, more Anji players are gonna start like recognizing, okay, I parried a 5k, I know that my fastest move is 2p, I know that the best conversion is 2p, 6p into wild assault into my combo, or depending on what resource you want to take and whatever. So obviously like my analysis of Anji here is a bit like more in depth than other characters because that's who I play with. Like, yeah, they're gonna have to change something for Fish. I hope that they just make it so like it's minus on block. That's it. It's like a DP. Fish is like a DP. If you use it against an airborne opponent, it's gonna like knock them back, kind of like blocking a yellow RC. If you use them against a grounded opponent, you can hit confirm it for the knockdown. But if they block Fish because they spent meter or their jump in was fast enough or you spun a projectile, now you're minus. Like you can't go Fish every time. That's gonna be a great fix, I think. And you'll start running RPS where it's like Anji can go spin into nothing or spin into a fast move or spin into a throw, you know. Anyway, point is like he's messed up right now. One of the strongest characters in the game, but definitely not top 10 though. Like the characters in top 10 like are kind of a level above him just because of how easy it is to get out of Anji's pressure. Because, you know, I'm gonna get going to other characters with similar pressure ideas as Anji, Anji's offense is very easy to option select to get out of, so that's why he's not top 10. Right, next up. You know, there's a lot of like good characters right now who haven't showed up yet in the tier list, so it's like kind of difficult to decide in what order I'm gonna put them in. But I'm gonna start right here with at number 12, Happy Chaos. She's no longer like one of the best characters in the game. How many characters are in the game right now? I believe it's like 25. Which is, let's count them. So we have 7 here, that's 14, 15, 16, 16%. We have 28 characters in the game. And he's in the upper half of them, right? He's definitely strong. He has great matchup. He has a great matchup spread. His pressure is still absolutely insane. But his damage being lowered, the changes to to Roman cancel. Those 2 changes alone make him way less oppressive. He still goes crazy, like he still like shoots you over and over and over and builds resources, and you have to dash block perfectly to get in, and it's very difficult. And his pressure, where it's like he goes for an unsafe move into gunshot, and do an unsafe move into gunshot, and if at any point he gets right with his 6 bullets, he gets a knockdown, allowing him to reload like 3 or 4, and allowing him to restart pressure, which is crazy, you know. It's like messed up. But if your character has a DP, you can get out of like some of the stuff he does. As you build more meter now with higher risk, you more often have the opportunity to YRC to get out of this pressure. Damage is lower. Not BRC. Roman cancel is stronger. So, you know, and you know, everyone can approach slightly better. Like, one of his biggest strength was that he could convert any hit from anything, but now a lot more character can do that with the addition of wall assault, so that's kind of like made him equal with other characters who had that weakness, but like less. Anyway, like bro, I know what I'm saying, but like he's so strong, definitely in the top 12, I guess, definitely top 50% of characters, but not as much as before. Next up, I'm gonna put Chip here. Chip is like jack off, you know, jack off every day of all trade. But yeah, you know, like, you know, he has low health. That's it. That's the downside. He has low health. He has a DP. He is super fast. He has high low. He has command grab. He has all he needs, right? But his health is super low. So especially in tournament, it's super difficult for Chip to make it very far, because you know, you only need to lose 2 games, and as Chip, that's like losing two sets. I mean, it's like 1 less interaction, 1 less chance you have per game, because you take that much more damage. So, you know, Chip is not as strong as before. And once again, he had some amazing conversions, amazing counter carry, but that's something that kind of got equalized with the addition of Wall Assault. So he's not as strong as before. And their characters that are currently in top tier do so much damage that it's like they mess him up, right? Like Gold Lewis, it's like absolutely crazy. Naruto Ryuki, absolutely crazy. So, you know, all characters that can kind of TOD Chip, except for Sin. Sin's up there, but he can't really TOD Chip. But the other 4 characters in top 5 can pretty much kill him in 1 hit. Next up. Now we kind of think a little. I'm gonna put Milia here. Milia got her new move in the like later half of season 3. It's a crazy move, bro. She can like cross up twice using the move. She can cross you up, use the move to cross you up again to go back on the same side. And there's a mix-up. It wall bounces, so at certain distances you get like 30 or 35 or 40 more damage than your usual BNB would before, because of like wall bounce into another close slash into the move again into it's like you do so much more damage if you're able to hit confirm it. She obviously has like one of the best Oki in the game, you know, with Disc. Disc is so strong. Her neutral is kind of messed up. Like if you don't have like a good anti-air or a reversal, like having a good anti-air is important, but she can just like fly around and do whatever the fuck, and it's very hard to fight. And having a reversal is important because it kind of like forces her to be a lot more restrictive with her mix-up options after Disc knockdown. But even if you do have a DP, she still has very strong mix-up. Like bro, she just mixes you up. Like that's what she does, and she's very strong. She has very high damage, especially with her new move. Wild Assault makes it so now it's advantageous to go for a hard knockdown, what was like the biggest weakness for Melia before was that the trade-off to spend 50 meter for a hard knockdown was not worth it because you wouldn't get enough Oki, like wouldn't get a hard knockdown long enough to apply disc once again. But for the cost of only like half of your burst, and you get at least 25% back of it through positive bonus, it's much more higher value, and you can run different mix-ups after a hard knockdown on a wall break. So yeah, very strong character. Now we're turning into the like other half, you know. Like now we went through 14 characters, meaning there's only 14 left. But the best of the worst, I guess. I'm gonna put Faust up here. At what's it called? Actually, at Arxis World Tour, there were what, like 2 Faust in top 8, as well as 2 Anji. Faust is like one of the characters which like has so much potential, and I don't see him having a nerf coming that fast. The reason that what makes him like good is just that like there are so many variables you have to think about when fighting him Faust, and you have so many unusual like options as Faust. For example, your 2K being one of the best round start option in the game means that like you win pretty much every single round start like off the bat, just because like that's a move you have as Faust. Faust just wins round start. That's one of the things he does, and that's one of the things you have to keep in mind against Faust. The ability now to store your items and just all the different items in general, right? As a Faust player, you have so much more experience with how to utilize those items as your opponent does. The trade-off with that is that usually throwing the item forward means your opponent can catch it if it's advantageous for him. The best example for that would be the trumpet. But now that you can eat and store your items, you can like hit confirm your item pretty much and eat it when you need. If you get a trumpet, you store it and only pull it out on a hard knockdown where you're guaranteed you'll be able to grab it yourself. And you know, amazing conversions. Like his combos can go absolutely crazy. His command grab, allowing him for instant overheads. When your opponent gets launched from like the burning hair or whatever, he can go for like great air juggle combo, pretty decent corner carry, amazing damage, off of counter hit with like the fucking like scalpel hit, like not the poke, but like I think it's 6H or 2H where he goes like fall backwards when like that hit. When it hits airborne, he can combo it into like the teleport where he goes either left, right, or up, into the follow-up attack from the teleport, into a full combo. It's absolutely crazy. Faust is very strong right now, but you know, still has a few shortcomings because it is what it is. Like Faust like kind of falls off, especially if you know the matchup very well and you're able to grab his items and get an advantage from that. Alright, next up. I'm gonna put Slayer here. Slayer is obviously very strong. People cry about Slayer all the time. Like bro, there's this subreddit of like beast blamers or whatever. The idea is like, you know how in Guilty Gear, like when you load it and it says like mankind, you did a society. So instead of reflecting on this stuff, they blame the beast. And the subreddit is like all about like people crying. Instead of like getting better, they just cry. They just cry and they say X is unfair because of blah blah blah. And bro, legit, everyone cries about Slayer. Everyone cries about Slayer because he has a high win rate, but they don't really understand that like obviously as a new character comes out, people who play him get better faster than the people who fight against him get better at defending, right? If I face off against a Slayer like 1 in every 20 games, let's say, it's more than every 1 in 20 games, especially when the character comes out because so many players play him. So let's say like 1 in 5 games, right? Every 1 in 5 games I fight against a Slayer, well, that means I get like 20% of the matchup time against him, as opposed to the Slayer who every game he's playing his character, right? So if it takes me 100 games against Slayer to learn the matchup well, that means when I match against my 20th Slayer, he already played 100 games, right? He's already like has a great understanding of the champion. So people who cry, they just cry for 0. It's true that he has really high damage, but his pressure can like easily be countered once you understand the matchup, right? 2H, people cry about 2H. You just have to understand what range to stand at. Mappa Hunch is -1. You just have to keep in mind it's -1, right? You're able to jab out of it, and if he jabs as well, you will get a counter. And once if he's like greedy and tries to go for a bigger hit, Like you can go for a big hit as well. You can go for a throw. You can do whatever. You can throw him out of his like back step into heavy. You know, the like big guard crush one. There's like 1 or 2 frame where you can like throw him out of it, and it's very, very strong, right? Pretty much like nullifies one of his options. Obviously, if you mess up the timing on the throw, he gets a counter hit starter off of that move, which is absolutely insane, and he explodes you. But that pretty much nullifies like one of his options. In the same way that, oh, you know, I said I was talking about this earlier. In the same way that like Anji options are kind of like easily option selectable, the same is true for Slayer. Once you understand the matchup, once you understand the frame data, you can pretty much fuzzy guard everything he does. And with the throw window being available on the heavy follow-up of his back stance or whatever, like the 2-1-4 punch or kick, right? Whatever that's called. Yeah, you can just mess him up. You can pretty much like nullify his offense. He has a great far slash. He has an amazing far slash, just like how Soul can go close slash, far slash, far slash. Slayer can do that as well. His close slash is +3, just like Soul and I believe Giovanna. They're like the only 3 characters in the game with a +2 close slash. He just gets great damage, right? And he messes you up in 1 hit. He wins the game in 2 and makes you guess for a game in 1. So he's very strong, but there are a lot of stronger characters out there, so stop crying, guys. Stop crying. Just stop crying. Just stop crying. Learn the matchup. Just stop crying, please. And next up. I'm gonna put the... It's starting to get difficult here. I'm gonna put Lycan here. Lycan not that represented at the top level. Not the best matchup spread because of how like close range you are as a character. Obviously, if you have like long reaching move, like your air slash is extremely long, but it can get 6 speed quite easily because it's not disjointed. 2S, very long reach. 2H puts you forward. The cavalry, the S cavalry, right? Or which is it? The one that's not the tether. I think it's the H. Never mind. A very, very good reach. Can be easily hit confirmed into the follow-up. So yeah, she's good, right? When she's in the position she wants to be, she's one of the strongest characters. Like when she's close up to you, her mix-ups are crazy. Her offense is very strong. And she has a parry as well. It's like her defense is very good. She has, what is it? Her standing punch it is. Her standing punch. Her crouching punch is trash. Like, but her standing punch is 4 frame as opposed to the standard being 5. So she has a few situations where like just she can get out of stuff normal characters can't usually do, or get out of stuff a bit easier because you have 1 more frame of leniency. But you know, she's up there, bro. She's strong, but like, yo, everyone is pretty chill this season. Like some characters in the top 5 are messed up, but legit everyone is pretty chill. Like at this point, I could put Lycan and Boss Faust, but I decided I could put like Slayer Boss Faust. I don't know, but like it is what it is. Next up, we're gonna put Ino up here. Ino's very, very, very chill. Like she's one of the most volatile matchup in general. You know, her offense is very, very messed up. She has like these infinite layer reset offense as long as your opponent is scared to press back, and it's pretty easily to condition your opponents into blocking because like because of her new move, your normal block string and normal combo starter become the same, right? You go like air dash or like dash to go into air, into slash dust, or into slash special move, or into slash dust special move, or into slash dust drill, or into slash dust special move, or into whatever the fuck, right? Point is like on hit or on block, you now do the same combo. And her new special move is like guard crush, and she can follow it up with a drill. It's like, yo, it's crazy. She gets an air action after her special move. Like, it's crazy. Her offense is crazy. You get your opponent conditioned into blocking, and you can like just go for, like empty jump, empty jump, empty jump as many times as you want, into a high or into a low or into a throw or into whatever. But at the same time, if your opponent is ready and they press back right away, they can like nullify your offense instantly. Her projectile is very good. And you know, if you ever watch like Daru play, like the way he utilizes utilizes it is like so crazy. Like, shout out all my top players out there. Y'all are crazy, y'all are crack. But yeah, Eno's very strong. Yo, I don't know how many more characters I want to put in B, but I'm definitely gonna put. But there's 2 more characters I'm gonna put in here. I'm gonna put Abba in here. One of the newest character. People are still unsure about Abba, and like so am I, kinda. I'm not sure if I want to place her higher than like bottom of B tier. In her blood rage or whatever you call it, jealousy rage or jealousy form or fucking whatever. Her install. In her install, she's one of the strongest characters in the game, obviously, right? The only problem is that there are so many ways to just drain all armor meter instantly. For example, it's very, very disadvantageous to go for a throw as Abba in jealousy mode, because her throw is so long that she goes like and scratches you a million times. Her throw has such a long animation that you lose like a fifth of your total jealousy bar. If you burst her, she can't act right away. And if you guys didn't know, like when you run out naturally, you obviously you don't get anything back. But when you uninstall, you gain 50% of what you spent. So like the idea as Abba is that you run pressure, you go in jealousy rage, you spend it, and as you like start getting low resources, you go for a mix-up that instead of leading into a big combo, goes into a knockdown, into uninstall, into key grab. You have some setups so you can get like a big hit, uninstall, key grab in the same combo, but usually you just uninstall and take the fact that like you're now uninstalled but have like over 50% of your jealousy, and you're in an advantageous position. When she's uninstalled, her move that is normally the overhead is very, very good because it's -1, but Abba's 2P is 4 frame, meaning that it's -1. If people with a 5 frame move press, they will hit on like the 5th frame, and you will hit as your -1, but your move is 4 frame on the same frame. So you will clash on people who mash even when you're minus. And if you both press like your fastest move, which is 2P twice, your first one will clash, but your second one as Abba will be 1 frame faster. So you will win the clash, you know. Her having a 4 frame moves means she has so many options to reset her pressure or just like go for like crazy. It goes crazy. Like having a 4 frame moves as Abba is like legit so important, by the way. It's so crazy. You go for like the move that's the overhead, one installed, into 2P, and you get a hit, and you hit confirm it into like the Rekka with the like 236 SS, like 2, and you're gonna knock down, and then you can install, and then you can do whatever. So yeah, Abba's chilling here, not one of the best characters, but just like how Nago at the start of Guilty Gear Strive was kind of like thought to be relatively weak. I do believe that we will start seeing Abba player be stronger. Maybe at Evo we will, right? Maybe at Evo there'll be like one Abba that will actually smurf on everyone because he understands something we don't about his meter management, and like he's just gonna go crazy. The last one in B tier is gonna be Geo. So earlier, when I talked about Anji and when I talked about Player, I talked about how like these characters have pressure that can be easily option select. The same is true for Giovanna, obviously. He runs like her Gatling into either the dog, the drill, or the overhead, like boom, kick thing. And the idea is that each individual option is reactable, just like how with Anji it's reactable, and at Player it's option selectable and kind of reactable as well. Where her strength comes is from, especially her new move, right? She gets a guard crush off of her drill, meaning her Oki gives her extremely strong strike throw, where she gets a knockdown, special move into drill, guard crush, into strike throw, into, you know, which leads into either a big combo, or a knockdown, or a wall break, or whatever she wants, right? That's where her strength comes in, but like her offense is not as strong as other characters who want to run a similar game plan. And yes, her combos are damaging, but against many characters, especially one with DPs, her Oki gets kind of nullified, right? Because like the special move drill is kind of soul going for a Fafnir, right? Fafnir is cool and all, but like, you know, it's reactable as hell. If you have a parry, if you have a DP, or you just have the meter to go for a reversal super, you can just do it, and that's it. Her offense is over. So, yeah, strong strike throw. I mentioned briefly when I was talking about Slayer that she has a 3-frame +3 close slash, which is strong, but still kind of in the lower half of the characters, even after getting her special move. But like, I don't know, bro. It's like weird. I don't see her receiving that strong of a buff just because of how aggressive she is to play online, right? Like, she can win the game by doing one thing only, which is throw into big like buff to drill from the special move, into throw, into guard crush drill special move, into just over and over again. And like, it's such a hard character to defend against if you don't like, just if you start panicking, I guess. If you react to each option individually and you train yourself and you learn the matchup and you lab it out and you become very good, you can like defend against like 99% of Geo players. There also aren't that many top Geo players just because other characters that want to run similar pressure like, just do it better. But yeah, that's kind of why like I put it here. Like, if we had like 3 top Geo players right now and no top Anji, like they would be swapped straight up. But legit, like Anji has so much representation, and Geo, like bro, no one plays Geo right now. There was this one guy like Atanaken or whatever, played it during like season 1, but then he crew and he shitted and he's no longer plays it. All right, moving on to C tier now. Wait, I haven't placed Bridget yet. What? How? I completely forgot about Bridget. No, what? Okay, Bridget's gonna go like up here. Legit, Bridget is strong. Bridget still like, bro, okay, Bridget game plan. Get a knockdown, get the yo-yo set, the one that hits you on its way back, and then you go like the move that jumps you to your yo-yo, into a mix-up, into the yo-yo coming back, into a second mix-up. Basically, after every knockdown, you run 2 50-50s, and if either of them hit, you get a knockdown, or a wall break with hard knockdown from the wall assault and whatever. Like, she gets to make you guess twice, and all of her pressure can be executed with a safe jump. So like, you can't just DP when you see her in the air. That makes her like so strong. Her offense is so difficult to defend against just because, unlike other characters who need to spend 50 meter to make their mix-up safe, she just by default gets 2 mix-ups per knockdown, and then on top of that she can spend 50 meter to RC. She has a DP, which is crazy. Like, Bridget having a DP is so messed up. Like, bro, it's like the most random move to give Bridget a DP, but it makes her legit so strong. So yeah, Bridget is up there, bro. Bridget is up there. Maybe even stronger than Happy Chaos. Maybe even stronger than Anji. But I'm gonna keep her here. I completely forgot about putting Bridget anywhere. So yeah, Bridget's gonna be up here. That's the end of B tier. Now we're gonna put Potemkin, top of C tier. Once again, not that much strong representation at the highest level. He does win from making you block, which is like the best win condition in the game. Just like, you blocking his mix-ups is good for him. He goes for Garuda Impact, he goes for Potemkin Buster. He just loops Garuda Impact forever into Potemkin Buster, into like Hammerfall Break, into another Garuda Impact. Like bro, he just wins by making you block. That's great. Any character that can win by just making you block, building out a ton of risk and going for a throw, it's awesome, right? Potemkin does that, but he gets messed up, you know. Like, he has very unique tools, I guess, to skip neutral, right? He doesn't have a run, so he has slide head. He doesn't have a run, so he has Hammerfall. He has slide head to catch people who aren't crouching from anywhere. He has backward Mega Fist, which is obviously very good on defense, or just in neutral in general, or just in combo, or whatever, right? But yeah, not that much representation. Like, maybe a Snake Eyes would still play Potemkin, and he went crazy. I put him up higher, but yeah, bro, Potemkin is chilling where he is. He can win like any matchup just by pure chance, right? Because it's like, he wins in 2 interaction, or 2.5 interaction, right? Like, 2 command grabs puts you at 1-3. But yeah, bro, I don't know. He's like, he's chilling. He's Potemkin. He's cool. Shout out all my Potemkin players, but he's not that great. Next up, we're gonna put Batman. Oh wait, I completely forgot to mention, but yeah, Potemkin does have white wild assault, which is pretty good, but like, that's pretty much all he has, right? But so does Batman. Like, the reason I thought about it is like Batman is the final character in this list which has white wild assault. He's the fourth like heavy character. Wait, does Leo have white wild assault? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway, white wild assault is very strong. They're like super. It's so crazy. Like, it's an armored forward advancing move which leads into a combo which guard crushes on block, and it's like it goes crazy. It does cost a resource, but like you get legit burst back so fast in this patch that it doesn't really matter. But Batman is like legit pretty weak. His offense is one as well. It's like once you land, you just know how to deal against it. His neutral is kind of lacking. Like, if you want a character which has like crazy projectile, just play Happy Chaos instead. His projectile can easily be jumped over or just dash block or whatever. And I don't know, I don't have that much to say against Batman. He does build risk pretty fast when you just hold down back against him, but there are many opportunities to either mash or jump or backdash or reversal out of his pressure. So yeah, he's gonna chill here, bottom of C tier, kind of mid of C tier, I guess top of C tier, I don't know. So yeah, that's Batman for you guys. Moving on. I guess I'm gonna put Axel here. It's like, yo, there are very few characters left, and it's like they're all kind of caca, but they all can win, right? They just don't win in tournament. That's the thing. At this point, it's like, bro, who plays Axel in tournament legit? Who plays Batman in tournament? Like, at this point, it's like, yo, anyone in B, top 10 or top 5 can win a tournament. I believe it. Legit, I would not be surprised if Daru won a tournament, or if a Slayer won a tournament, or if like Apology Man won a tournament, or anyone that plays any of the characters that's in B tier or above. But an Axel winning is extremely unlikely, I think, just like the other two. And the biggest thing is like, you know how I talked about how as a zoner, you get your opponent out, you keep your opponent out, and your opponent has to make a bunch of decisions to get in. Axel does that very well, but once you're in, he kind of gets fucked up. Characters like Bridget, who she has very long range, has a DP. Characters like Leo, who has an extremely strong projectile, obviously has super strong pressure close range. Happy Chaos has like the craziest wall blunt loop. You know, it's like Axel's kind of lacking. He just gets fucked up. Like, once you get in, he gets fucked up and kind of loses a bunch of matchup, especially if you have a DP. You can like pretty much just get out of his pressure. I don't know what to say about Axel. I know that his like win rate is pretty low. That's about it. And they're just like, who plays Axel legit? Who plays Axel at the top level? Yo, next up, Zato. No. I can't put Zato here. Zato is legit dead. Like, everyone's agreed that Zato's dead. Okay, Zato's gonna go here right now. Like, you already know. Is anyone gonna go in the same tier as that Zato? Legit, I don't know. Legit, I don't know. Zato is actually so tried. Okay, but we'll do them in order. So next up, I'm gonna put Johnny here. Great conversions off of his move if it gets a counter hit far slash. Counter hit far slash can wall break from wall start after a wall assault, and it's easily hit confirmable. Very strong mix-ups with his like Tiger Knee Misfiner thing, where he can like go for a jump into Misfiner, and when it explodes the card, you get a big combo. The card guard crushing you also allows him to run a pretty good offense. But if you have a DP, you can kind of mash out of anything he does. He does not have the ability to dash block because he has like a dash thing instead of like a run. And that kind of messes him up. Yeah, that's it. He's like kind of low tier. He doesn't do the greatest damage as well. Like, he needs to work very hard for his combo. Like, as he needs a knockdown to set up the card to really start running his pressure. But even with a card, he gets like the damage that anyone else would normally get without a big setup required, right? So it's just not that great. I don't know what they're gonna do to him. Like, bro, he can't dash block. Maybe they need to make his move a slightly more disjointed, because like that's like his biggest strength. His biggest strength is like he has very far-reaching moves, so despite him not having the greatest positioning, like ability to position yourself correctly, your move being very, very, very long mean you can like kind of catch people from anywhere. So maybe if they make him slightly disjointed, he will be better, but yeah, he's, I don't know, no one's gonna play Johnny. Johnny's not gonna win the tournament. Johnny's test, bro, Johnny test. Next up, who's worse between Testament and Elfelt? Well, I think Elfelt is better. Elfelt has the same thing that Sin has, where her overhead is extremely good. I believe, I know for a fact that Elfelt's overhead comes out on the same frame as the low from her Rekka. The thing is, if you're crouching, the first hit of the overhead whiffs, and so you can kinda like, if you're very good, you can option select it, so it straight up doesn't matter. But like her resets are very messed up, right? She gets a hit. Like, no, she doesn't even get a hit. She just makes you block. And she either goes into the grenade or the Rekka, and the Rekka loops into itself, even though you can interrupt it. But the grenade allows her to run high-low into either starting the Rekka, which will catch matching for people who are looking after a grenade, or straight up go into a grenade if your opponent is gonna hold block. So, yeah, she just like has good pressure, but that's about it. Her projectile is kind of poop. Like, yeah, okay, sure, it foams in on you, whatever, but like, who gets a block? Well, legit, her projectile is poop. Her neutral is fine. She has a good, like, forward advancing special move. But she's just kind of fired. She just fired, you know. Like, on a release, people crew about Elfelt also, but once you learn the matchup, she's really not that bad. And yeah, that's about it about Elfelt. Like, bro, if you play Elfelt, I don't know, like, stop labbing your combo because you already know you're getting some new shit next season. Alright, so final, well, it's gonna be Testament here. Yeah, Testament just like, you know, the same idea as Johnny, where you kind of need a good situation to get your state in, and once you have staying state in, you can then run a big mix-up. That's a problem, right? Because so many different characters can get higher damage than Testament without having that additional like mix required to get your first knockdown needed, right? Testament has great neutral and whatever, his projectile is strong. They made it so you can have multiple projectiles on the screen at once, which is really good. But still, it's kind of lacking. He's just chilling here. He's like one of the worst. I'm sorry, Testament, like, bro. Man, also, bro, he's fucking cringe, like, bro. No, okay, my bad. I can't go on a rant like that. He just sucks. He just sucks. I wish he was stronger, because like, it was fun to play in Season 1, but apparently he's kind of trash. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they would do to him. I don't know. In Season 1, I did say that, like, yo, his 2H needs to be kind of buffed, because like, he will never go for 2H as it doesn't flank block string. I was kind of thinking they would make it slightly disjointed, but they instead make him vacuum, which was pretty good. But yeah, I don't know what they would need to change about him. I think, you know what, maybe just like make the crow hit standing. Make like the crow without staying state, just hit standing opponents. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Because you can like just throw the crow in neutral, and your opponent has to crouch under. And so like, automatically, you get your save state. That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe like, oh no, they can't make that it doesn't go away unblocked though. It's important that it goes away unblocked because you need it to detonate to make your mix-up safe. Anyway, I don't know what I want to say about Testament, but like, yo, having the bird hit more often, even when the fucking succubus isn't there, would be pretty good. But that's pretty much it. And then Zato. If you guys don't know why Zato is so weak, like, right, I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you. It's like basically his Eddie is like dead twice as long now. Eddie dies and he's dead for 6 seconds as opposed to 3 seconds before. 6 seconds is crazy. Zato without Eddie is so joker. Yes, he can kind of stall in the air. He has like great moves in the air. He can like fly and like just fucking wait there, but like he like bro, I'm sorry, Zato players. You guys got done dirty. Like it's so messed up. Zato being dead for 6 seconds, bro, you can burst Zato and Eddie dies, right? He's running his pressure, he gets a hit, Eddie like big combo, you burst. He goes like full screen, you just run up. It's Zato without Eddie, he can't do anything. Any character in the game is an advantageous position versus Zato without Eddie. Like it's so crazy. So yeah. Like but obviously like Zato still has one of the strongest pressure in the game. It's like his offense is absolutely crazy, but you know, no Eddie. Eddie's just dead. And yeah, people in general get bigger conversions, which is something he kind of did exclusively, but like, you know, Wild Assault is dead. Wild Assault just makes it so he's dead. I'm sorry. I don't know what they're gonna do. I assume they're just gonna reverse the Eddie changes and we'll see, I guess. Also, his new special move is so trash. Like, bro, do you guys even know what it is? I know what it is. Comment down below if you know what his new move is, because like, bro, legit, it's like, bro. Legit, it's like, bro. Like, bro, it's the most useless shit. Alright, so recap of the tier list, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that, like, my placing as, like, yo, Zato obviously is in his own tier alone, and it's kind of a joke. Like, Zato's so caca right now. But legit, everyone in B or above, I would not be surprised if they make it to top 8. Like, I would not be surprised if any of these characters appear in top 8, especially the upper half. And like obviously I would not be surprised if anyone from top 10 make it to the finals, but like legit everyone in B has a chance to win Evo right now. That's how it is. The game is kind of at its most balanced state, I think. You know, there aren't that many extremely weak characters. Everyone is pretty good, so you know, that's exciting. It's exciting about the future of Guilty Gear, you know, because it's like Season 4 is gonna come around, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see the new patch and to gonna be like one of the first ones out there to try out the new combo for my character and check out everything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment down below if you disagree, because like you're gonna cry, because like put your character too high up and you're like, actually you don't understand how to. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'm gonna go shit.